With our meditation that we're going to do tonight, we're going to really breathe into each affirmation. And just take a moment to really clear your mind. Begin to notice your breath. And it's okay to have your eyes closed or just a soft gaze in front of you. Reminding yourself that you are in a safe space. And as you begin to bring your attention inward to breath, notice not only the feel of your breath in your body, that gentle rise of your chest that starts right underneath your collarbone, and that gentle cave of your chest as you exhale, pressing all the air out. Now that you've brought your attention to your breath, that internal focus, begin to gently lengthen your breath. Inhaling more fully, savoring the breath, and as you exhale, letting go. Releasing those things that no longer serve you. Allowing those sandbags that weigh you down to be released so your balloon can fly higher. Just take a moment and breathe. Give yourself permission to be in this space, just you and breath. The next few moments, you have nowhere to go, nothing to do, but breathe. So to work with an affirmation in your meditation, again, your eyes can stay closed or just a soft gaze. Your focus is more inward and on your breath. And then you take from the affirmation what works for you. So something I say may not resonate with you. Something I say may be a great aha. Each person will be different. So just allow yourself to accept and listen. And then if it feels right for you to say it out loud, you are on mute. You are in your own safe place. You are welcome to react as you feel free. Maybe it's just a mental repetition, or maybe I'm going to say something that makes you go, oh yeah, I'm saying that out loud. Again, bringing your thoughts to breath. If you would exhale completely, empty all of your air out. And then we'll begin to breathe together that nice deep inhale. Exhale, letting go. And let's do 5 good breaths, inhaling as fully as you can. And each exhale, letting go. Your first affirmation is, I am willing to let go of any thoughts of negativity. I am willing to let go of any thoughts of negativity. And then beginning with those 5 good breaths, noticing what your heart and your mind feel like. knowing that it's okay to feel any emotion that you're feeling. Acknowledge, observe, and breathe. The next affirmation, I cannot control what happens in my life. I can control my response. I cannot control what happens in my life. I can control my response. Again, acknowledging what feelings this evokes. And if you just want to bypass it and walk away from it right now, that's fine too. There's a lot of stuff going on. Sometimes it's just easier to walk away. And then after that last breath, that fifth breath, I move forward with confidence. All is well with my life. I move forward with confidence. All is well with my life. Allowing yourself to feel how that feels. Acknowledge it. And maybe it's difficult to put a name on how it feels. It's okay. Just feel it. And then after that last breath, I release the desire for control. I accept things as they are. I release the desire for control. I accept things as they are. And finally, when you're ready, I am perfect for every situation. I am perfect for every situation. And after that fifth breath, if you would still say with your eyes closed, just breathing into any of those that may have resonated with you. And if you didn't guess, a lot of those were specifically for me too. When you feel ready to open your eyes, we'll begin by just raising the hips. So if you have a bolster, you may sit on the bolster. If you have just a blanket or a block, blocks can be sat on, or blankets. The nice thing about blankets is I've really been amazed at how versatile a blanket is as a prop. I mean, you can use it as a block, you can use it as a bolster. It works as a blanket too. Anyway, raise your hips just a little bit off the mat. So whatever that looks like for you, whether it's a blanket, a block, maybe you want to just sit on throw a pillow from your couch. That works too. And then if you would, go ahead and bring the pads of your feet together. I realize my little cushion is a little bit off. I think Nicole said she was the princess and the pea in the class the other day. I really understand that. So pads the feet together. We'll just start here in a butterfly fold. Engage your core, allowing the knees to open to a comfortable place. Okay to scoop the belly out of the way if it's there, and then just go ahead and slide your body forward and begin to find just that first speed bump, that first place your body says, hey, let's pause, and allow yourself to pause and breathe. And know that you can go just as fully as you want to in this pose, or you can just ease into it gently, beginning to just ease a little bit further with each exhale. Notice the tightness of your hips and your low back. Our hips hold so much emotion. It's very nice to breathe into that and begin to let it go. And then we'll come slowly back up, walking those hands back up. Let's extend the right leg. The left pad of the foot comes to the right calf. So you've made a nice little 4 with your legs. Take a nice deep inhale here. Your fingertips come up. Take your gaze upward. Your core is engaged and your body lifts through the spine from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. The core is engaged as you hinge from your hips and reach towards that big toe. So we talked about straps. Strap can be your friend if you can't quite reach your foot. You also have the option of just taking your arms to wherever they need to go and letting them rest. So maybe they're here next to your ankle. Maybe your hands are all the way at the end of your foot and you even want more. So then you could grab a block and place it at the end of your foot, getting yourself a little bit more. All kinds of options. And then as you extend out, allow your head to fall forward. Just that gentle curve at the top of your spine, allowing your head and neck to release. And then as you exhale, we're going to just trace our fingertips along that right leg, coming back to seated. Bring both legs out. Take a minute, move the knees and ankles. And then we'll switch sides. So the right foot comes against the left calf. Your core engages. You have the option of straps or blocks to increase what you need. And then you trace that leg forward and come into your forward fold. Again, allowing your head to fall forward. Doing about 5 breaths in each pose so far. Coming on back, let's bring those legs long once more. Move the knees, move the ankles. All right, pads of the feet come back together. You're still on this bolster or blanket, whatever it is that's lifting your hips. Just bring your hands behind you, and maybe they come to the bolster that you're seated on. If you're a little lower, they can come to the mat behind you. But squeeze those shoulder blades together, widen the collarbones in front. Your core is engaged. Allow your head to fall back. And then as you exhale, we'll come slowly back to center. Take a minute, wiggle into any tightness of the shoulders. We'll go ahead and take ourselves off the thing that's raising your hips, whatever prop you use, and set it aside for a moment. And then we'll take both ankles wide, coming into your little dragonfly. Once you're here, you can always use a block to kind of help you ease down. Just kind of find that space. Always okay to move the junk out of the trunk. So lift those thighs on that back side. And let your tailbone be a little bit more anchored. Your core is engaged here. With your next exhale, we're going to find that first speed bump. Just kind of take the body forward where you begin to feel the gentle pull and then breathe into it, easing forward when you're ready. You never have to go to the fullest extension of any pose. I really recommend, and it's very much a yin training, I would say, you find that first edge, that little speed bump, and then notice what your body's saying. Notice how it's feeling as you exhale forward into it. You're welcome to come any further forward if you want to. Again, your head is heavy. Let it fall. Then we'll walk those hands slowly back. If you use the block, go ahead and leave it where it's at. It's kind of neat to be able to see that you have a little bit of change in that. We'll turn towards the left ankle, and again, you're tracing that leg out, reaching for that left foot. Hands can fall where they may. You can always use a strap right around the ball of your foot. This time, let's leave the chin up as if you could place it on the top of your big toe. And then if you would, ease your body back to where your left hand comes right next to that left shin. And then as you exhale, we'll turn towards the sky. Right hand follow, eyes follow fingertips. Right hand comes to the sky. Each breath nice and full. And then as you exhale, windmill back towards that left leg. Walk those hands back to center. Take that moment if you need to readjust, move the thighs, find that core engagement, turn towards the right leg, trace the leg down as you reach for the right toe. Again, your head stays lifted as if you could touch the chin to the big toe. And then as you exhale, we'll come on back. Take that right hand outside that right calf. And as you exhale, left hand to the sky, eyes follow fingertips. It's a very gentle torso twist, beginning to notice not only how your tailbone and your low back feel, but what are your inner thigh, possibly even your shoulders bringing to you. Just like the affirmations, your body brings you emotion. It brings you different feelings. It brings you those things it needs you to notice. With your exhale, we'll come back, windmilling towards that right leg, walk the hands back to center. And then if you have a block or a gauge, go ahead and walk right back out to it. If you want to come back in a little bit before you go further, that's absolutely fine too. Again, find that first place and then exhale further. With your exhale, we'll walk those hands on back. Go ahead and set any props aside that you have used. We'll use for the next pose, we'll meet in tabletop. And I'm a really big fan of that long strip of blanket. You can use a blanket folded any way that works for you. If you would like to place it underneath knees or wrists, now is the time to grab one. And we'll start in tabletop, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, set yourself solid, and then spread those fingertips out like starfish. Take a nice deep breath, just begin to kind of wag your tail. Noticing, maybe playing with your elbow creases, making sure that your elbows don't lock in. And find out, do your elbows want to face each other? Do they want to face forward? What feels good? And then once you kind of come to stillness here, you've really settled into your place, we'll come into some cat-cows. With the inhale, the belly drops, the head and the tail raise, coming into cow. And then as you exhale, arch the back, tuck the tail and the head, coming into cat. Now you can move as slowly or as quickly as you want. If you want to do your breath of fire and do a bunch of little mini bursts, that's absolutely fine. But if you want to just really notice what your body's bringing to you, begin to breathe more deeply, concentrating on full breath, really noticing what's happening at my hips as I begin to curl, as I begin to drop. And then we'll come slowly back to center. Let's have the toes touch, knees widen, slide into a child's pose, walk those hands out. Press the armpits towards the ground, the forehead can come as well. Each breath nice and full. Notice your hips, notice your low back. Be aware of your body. As you exhale, go ahead and slide onto your belly. If you had a blanket underneath your knees, go ahead and remove it so that your belly comes to the mat flat. And then once you're there, elbows underneath shoulders will come into Sphinx. You're really kind of towards the top half of the mat so that possibly even your fingertips are grazing the edge. And then just take that second to wiggle into the hips. Take a nice deep inhale here. With your exhale, let's let the head fall forward and allow it to be heavy. Begin to notice that lengthen at the base of your neck, the top of your spine. And then as you inhale, bring your head up gently, looking up between your eyebrows, compressing that upper back. Noticing how the low back feels. And then as you exhale again, bring your head back to neutral. Let's come into seal. The fingertips come out to the edges of the mat and your hands are pressing into the corners. Go ahead and bring those elbow creases into play again. Do they want to face each other? Do they want to face forward? Don't need to lock your elbows in, but straighten your arms. Your chin comes up. Again, you're looking up between your eyebrows. With that next exhale, we'll release all the way to the belly. Leave that right arm long in front of you. Go ahead and reach back to the left ankle with the left hand. Head can turn to the left side. And it's okay if you can't quite reach that ankle, just reach towards it. Always you can use a strap. You just kind of have to lasso with the strap. And I'm not very good at that, so I'm not going to show it as an example. If you attended the one class that I tried to lasso on video, it was, yeah, for posterity. I'm really glad I haven't seen that one again. All right, with your exhale, we'll release that left leg. We're going to switch sides. Left arm comes up, right arm reaches for right ankle. Head turns to the right. With your next exhale, we'll come back to center. Go ahead and grab your blanket, and we're going to make kind of like a little skateboard ramp with it. So you're really going to fold it into a skinny strip, and actually have my skinny strip one there. It's a little easier to fold. It's that long folded. And then you really just kind of bring it into a little roll here for your chest to go on. See my skateboard? Ramp. Tiff, I'm waiting for you to call me out on how long it's been since I've skateboarded. So as you lower yourself down onto this, again, you can be using a block, you can use a bolster, but a blanket really seems very versatile. We're coming back into our Sphinx with the elbows underneath the shoulders. The chest is fully supported. Wiggle into those hips and set yourself here. With that next exhale, let's bring the arms down beside us. The tops of the palms come to the floor. You're in a modified locust here. So please notice your low back compression. Notice the mid back compression. And with your chin up, you're going to feel a little bit of an upper back compression as well. Nice full breath. If it feels right to you, go ahead and lift those arms as if you were coming into full locust. Reaching out, the back of the hands is downward, the palms face upward. And you're really getting those lengthening through the fingertips, arms get longer, collarbones get wider. With your next exhale, we're going to release the hands back down, lifting the legs. Remember, you are completely supported by the bolster or the blanket or the block. You can also come back to Sphinx if this feels better for your back, more supportive. So if you want to bring the hands beside you, take a nice deep breath. We'll curl the right toe underneath us, the left leg lifts as high as it wants to go. As you exhale, release. As you inhale, the left leg raises. As you exhale, release. Be aware of your low back. One more inhale, bringing it up, I can't even talk. Exhale back down. Now curl the left toe underneath you, lift the right. Exhale it down. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Take a nice deep breath, wiggle into this. Let's bring those elbows back underneath the shoulders. We'll press into a full cobra here. So the wrists are underneath the shoulders, pressing upward. And if full cobra isn't your jam, you can stay where you're at. With your next exhale, we're going to meet back in child's pose. Bring those bodies back. You'll come to tabletop first, all fours. Toes touch, knees widen. Walk the body out. Extend the spine. With your next exhale, walk the hands back towards the torso. We'll come back to tabletop, then curl the toes underneath you, downward dog. And just pausing, finding your dog, walking him or her. Your hands are spread out like starfish. Your weight is on your palms, not your wrists. Your head is heavy. And remember, your heels do not have to touch the ground. That gentle movement of those knees, walking your dog, finding your space. Now you can hop, skip, or jump, bringing those hands and feet together. Just walk them back into that gentle forward fold. Once you're in your forward fold, if you would, make sure your knees do not lock. Your feet are about hip width apart. And a good gauge for that is the fist between the big toes. If you can't quite reach, then it's kind of a good gauge there. That's okay too. Your knees have a gentle bend. Your breath is full to your belly, and you're allowing your head to be heavy. If you would, reach around and let's grab the back of our legs. Just coming into a little bit more of a forward fold. Taking your head closer to your knees. And then releasing that, place the hands outside the legs and trace your body as you come up into standing. Coming into mountain. Always a good idea to rearrange the clothes, that wardrobe malfunction stuff that happens during yoga. When you're ready, settle into your mountain, root into both feet. Go ahead and lift all 10 toes. Let's bring them down one by one, rooting into those feet. Take a nice long breath here. Let the palms roll outward and find your strength. As you pause here, go ahead and close your eyes. Notice what your body's bringing to you. Bring your thoughts back to an affirmation that maybe resonated with you. Or maybe you have another one. Maybe your own personal practice created something different today. Whatever your affirmation or mantra, bring your thoughts back to that and to breath. And then we'll come slowly back to awareness, opening those eyes. Just step a little bit closer on my mat. Take a nice deep inhale here. With your next inhale, right foot becomes your anchor. You're going to lift the left knee. Find the balance. Okay to bring the arms up if this is where you are today. Okay to leave your hands on your hips if you need to be here. And if your arms are doing one or the other, that's absolutely fine too. Whatever feels good. When you bring the knee back, we're going to bring the shin so it's parallel to the mat. Each breath nice and full. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring both feet back down. Root back into your mountain. Pause for just a moment, and then come into your tree, whatever that looks like for you today. Maybe it's just resting that left heel on the outside of the right ankle. Maybe it is bringing your foot to your calf. Maybe you are extra strong today and that thigh comes, or that foot comes to the thigh. And again, your hands go wherever they need to be. One up, one down, hands to heart center, whatever your body says is right. That's your tree. And then find your space. Breathe into this. Challenge yourself if you want. Close your eyes. See how well your balance goes. Allow each breath to root you into that right foot. Help you find that strength. Your thoughts continuously on your breath and your affirmation. When you're ready, we'll come back to where the shin is parallel to the ground. And then we'll bring that foot up after that third exhale. Exhaling back down, both feet to the ground. Take a minute, walk it out. We're going to just slide right back into a forward fold. Take a minute, trace those legs down, come into your forward fold. Okay to grab the back of the calves, or if you want to grab an elbow in each hand, that works too. Take this moment to release. Notice how your low back feels. And if it feels tight or maybe a little ouchy, make sure that you're engaging your core. Belly button to your spine. And touch your chin to your chest. Trace those legs back up, coming back to mountain. We'll come back to the tree that feels right for you when you're ready. All 10 toes are rooted into the mat. Left knee becomes your tree trunk or your anchor, and then whatever the tree on the right side looks for you. Again, heel to ankle, foot to calf. I'm not going all the way up on this knee, but you know where to go. And then again, if your hands want to come lightly together at heart center and you have a soft gaze on your fingertips, that's great. If you want to close your eyes, raise your arms to the sky. All of those are acceptable. Whatever your yoga takes you today. I had you come straight into the tree without doing the leg lift. I'm so excited about the tree. All right, as you exhale, let's come to the shin. At least I'll back you out, right? And then when you're ready, after that third exhale, the knees lift. Come back down, and then I'm going to make you come back up because I missed it. Doggone it. All right, nice deep inhale. Right knee lifts. Right, left foot is your anchor. When you're ready, shin parallel to the floor. As if you could hook your handbag on your heel. And then when you're ready, one more tree. Just a gentle finding of that space. When you're ready, both feet come back down, walk it out. Once you've rooted into those feet, they're about hip width apart. The right foot becomes your anchor once more. Take a nice deep inhale here. Leave the right hand out. It's going to help you balance. We're going to lift the left. Grab your ankle, bring it back. It's okay if you can't. It's also okay to use a strap. And if you just need to bend that shin so it's parallel with the mat, just like we just did, that's absolutely fine too. Remember, I warned you about my using the strap. This is how it looks from behind. If you're using a strap, let it go. Bring that foot forward. Once more, find your tree. So the heel come a little higher this time. When you're ready, both feet come back down. Take a minute. Root in. Notice the things that your body's telling you. So is your knee saying, hey man, you're putting a lot of weight on me. I don't know about it. Be aware. It's always okay to use a wall in your home too. Again, you've got the strap if you need it. Root into the left foot. Take a nice deep inhale. We'll raise the knee. Grab the ankle. And I said use a wall, and now I need one. All right, here, this is my knee that does not want to bend this way. When you're ready, let it go. I'm telling you guys to honor your body, and then I'm forcing my knee. Not a good plan, T. When you're ready, find your tree. Once more in the tree. All right, let's come back to center, both feet back down, tracing the hips downward, coming back to your forward fold. With your next inhale, trace those fingertips back of your body. We'll come to standing, mountain pose. With your next exhale, we're going to step the feet just a little wider, as wide as your mat, if that feels good. Maybe just your pinky toes are on the edge of the mat. Finding your balance, nice deep inhale, lift your heels. As you exhale, heels are down, toes are up. As you inhale, the heels are up. As I come down with an exhale, toes are up. So it's back and forth. Inhale brings them up. And with that wide stance, it changes your balance. Coming back to center, take a minute. Let's do some figure eights with those hips. And a little bit of heel toe, heel toe. Coming back to that first mountain, walk the feet back in. Again, you have your strap to be your friend if you would like to just lay it over your shoulder right now, then you don't have to find it whenever you're looking for it. Take a nice deep inhale. We'll lift the left knee once more. This time the right hand's going to grab that left foot. So we brought it to the front instead of the back. As you root into your right foot, know it's okay to hold a wall. It's okay to hold a chair, the counter of your kitchen. When you feel ready, switch hands. Right hand helps you balance. Find that focus point with your gaze in front of you and stick your gaze there. Don't move it. If you want more here, extend that left leg out. Find your balance. Always okay to use a strap to get here too. Some people's arms are not long enough, I've heard. That always cracks me up whenever people say that. So hand to big toe, with or without the strap. The strap is harder for me, obviously. So nice long breath. Find your space, find your pose. Probably because my arms are long enough. As you exhale, we'll come back down. Take a minute, walk it out. We'll come back to the forward fold when it feels right to you. Trace the fingertips down the legs. Touch your body. It wants to be touched and be loved. Chin tucks to chest. Trace those fingertips back up as you come back to standing. Again, your strap can just lay across your shoulder. That way it's there when you're ready. Take a nice deep inhale here. Bend that right knee. Left hand grabs the right foot this time. And you can grab the piece with your peace fingers. You can grab the big toe. You can grab the whole foot. Whatever feels good to you. When you feel ready, you've rooted into that left foot. Right hand grabs the right foot. And then you come out. Again, strap can be your friend. Wall can be your friend as you come right on up, finding that space. Exhale it back down. Find your mountain pose once more, root into those feet. When you feel ready, we're just going to do a little slide to side, just shaking out anything you no longer need. Thoughts returning to any mantra, any affirmation that made sense to you. Shaking out the anger, the stress, the frustration, the care, the anxiety. Let it go. As if you could shake it out of your fingertips like you had water on your hands and it's gone away. Shaking that out. And then we'll come back to center, rooted into both feet, into your mountain. Take a nice deep inhale, hands come to the sky. With your exhale, let's do a very gentle back bend. Let your hips come forward and your head fall back. As you exhale, we'll come back to center, taking the hands right above the kneecaps, bend the knees, straighten the arms. So if you were going to have a seat, you were having that comfortable conversation. With your next exhale, we'll bring the arms out in front, coming into a little awkward chair. Always okay to raise your hands above your head, bring them out in front, or have them on your hips. And then as you exhale, back to the forward fold, both hands to the floor, walk those feet back wide, so they're as wide as your mat. Always okay to use a block or a blanket here if you need something to balance with. Just grab your blanket, put your hands on it. Okay to use blocks or bolsters the same way. When you feel ready, we'll come into garland. Heels can stay down. Heels can be lifted, whatever feels good to you. With your next exhale, palms to the floor. Hop or step those feet back, walk into your downward dog. Take a nice deep inhale here. The left knee comes towards the nose. As you exhale, that left foot comes to the sky. Let your head fall. Exhaling again, coming into pigeon, left ankle, right wrist. Use your body down and find your space. Now the thing about pigeon is making sure that you don't get a nice stretch on your hip, but then add all the tension to your shoulders because that's where your weight went. Be aware, okay to extend that pigeon out, okay to bring your elbows to a blanket or a block. Your forehead can come to a blanket or a block or even a bolster. Whatever feels good to you. Something to think about as you're in this pigeon, and your knee may be at noon at the top, facing the top of the mat, or it may be over to 9 like mine. But think about the way that your knee is moving the same way that we did when we were standing. Same range of motion, same plane of motion, you just happen to be laying, placing your weight on it, intensifying the hip stretch. And then if you would, walk your hands back towards your torso. Go ahead and set anything aside that's in the way. We're going to come onto the left hip so that both legs are on the ground beside you. So you've got the right inner thigh and the left outside of the shin. Twist to the left. Notice what your right hip is saying to you. Be aware of any tightness or tension in this hip. Breathe into it. And you've turned your head to look over your shoulder. Just notice how that feels. Maybe you want to go a little more. Maybe you need to ease back so you're more here. Whatever your body says this twist feels good, that's where you're going. As you exhale, we'll walk back to the first pigeon. So hands come down. Nice deep breath. If you would, curl the right toe underneath you and step back into your downward dog. Very gentle movement. Weight is on the palms, not the wrists. Let your head fall. Again, walking your dog, wagging his tail. When you feel ready, we'll take that right knee to your nose, right foot to the sky, then find your pigeon on the opposite side. Always okay to use props. Find that comfortable space. Ease into what your pigeon looks like today. And again, even though I'm modifying this pose to honor my knee, it's still the exact way that we were lifting the knee, moving the hip as we were standing. Notice your shoulders. Be aware of your neck and head as you release into what feels good to you. And then when you're ready, we'll come onto that right hip, walk those hands on back, find your space, right outside of the shin, left inner thigh as you twist to the right side. Noticing not only the left hip, but what your torso is saying, how you're feeling. As you unwrap, come back to center. Let's bring that left thigh around, coming back to a seat. Go ahead and slide any props out of the way. Once you're in your seat, we're going to make our way onto our backs. You don't need any props for this part. If you want to just swing or gently ease your body back, whatever feels good to you. Once you come to your back, we'll do that gentle side to side with the windshield wipers, creating some space for your tailbone. Finding that comfortable spot. Coming back to stillness here, lift that left foot and hug either the back of the left shin or the front of the left shin to your chest. So your belly and your thigh come together, your right leg extends. If you want to hover it just above the mat, then do. As you exhale, release the right leg to the mat. Take the right hand outside that left leg. Bring your left arm out, parallel with your shoulder, and leave the left shoulder on the floor as you bring the left thigh across your body, coming into this very gentle twist. Exhale brings us back to center. Release, take a moment, move those knees once more, back and forth, creating space. We're going to continue on the left side. If you would, roll onto your right hip. Bring that right arm out next to your bicep next to your ear. And then we'll step the left foot once more next to the right hip. Again, seeing the space, noticing that it's the same pose we were doing, laying down or standing. And this one, instead of being on your belly, you're on your side. Take a nice long breath here. The pad of the foot comes to rest. Engage your core. Okay to use your strap if you want to. Extend that left leg up. After that third exhale, bend the knee once more. Bring the pad of the foot back down. Lengthen both legs and then roll back to your back. Once you're there, you don't have to do it my way so I'm facing the camera. Hug the back of the right thigh or the front of the right shin, whatever feels good. Bringing that thigh towards your body. Okay to hover that left leg above the mat, finding that stillness there, to strengthen the leg. Then releasing the left leg. Left hand comes outside the right thigh, right arm comes out parallel with shoulder. As you leave the right shoulder on the mat, roll onto the left hip, bringing the right thigh across your body. Oh my goodness, doesn't that feel yummy? And then easing back to center, releasing, take that moment, bend your knees, rock those hips, find that comfort. When you're ready, we'll roll onto that left hip, coming back to serpent on that left side. Left arm extends out above your head, right foot steps in front of the left thigh. And again, just noticing where your leg ends up, the bend in your knee in relation to the other leg. Focus on deep breaths, find your balance here. Your core is engaged. And next exhale, these fingers grab your right big toe and extend your leg up. Again, okay to just reach towards the leg and okay to use a strap to get here. Any way that your body says right. After that third exhale, we'll release that leg, roll back to your back to those bent knees. Gentle windshield wipers, take a moment. And then if you would, trace your hands down your legs, coming either to the back of your thighs or those big toes for happy baby. Find the space in your low back. Breathe into any tightness or tension in your body. And then when you feel ready, go ahead and release and find your place for Savasana. Whatever that looks like for you today. And maybe you need another minute to do a little bit more movement. Whatever feels right to you, take a moment, find your movement, breathe into your body, and then begin to settle into your space for Savasana. bring your attention back to breath. Noticing your breath from the inside out. How does it sound? How does it feel? And as you bring your attention to that internal knowledge, notice the coolness of the air as you breathe in, the warmth as you exhale. And then bringing your thoughts back to that affirmation. That reminder of power. Say to yourself, I am willing to be present in this moment. Give yourself permission to just be. Safe and comfortable. Feeling the peace, the gentle quiet surround you. Begin to notice by just breathing and taking your concentration to the breath, that gentle, calm, peaceful feeling that begins to come upon you. Noticing each breath as if it were individual. Your inhale fills your lungs completely. Your exhale releases and lets go. As you come to stillness, allow your mind to find peace. Your body to begin to feel anchored by breath. Remember that you're breathing into the strength and the power of you. You accept your strength. You accept the power that you wield. Knowing you are safe and loved. Each breath adding energy and life. meditation, yoga, just taking time for you, all help us deal with daily life as it is. You're welcome to stay where you are, or if you'd like to come back to seated, begin to gently find movement, reaching out, wiggling fingers and toes. And then rolling to one side or the other, whichever is easiest in your space. Begin to slowly make your way back from your side. And I will say namaste. Thank you for joining me.